Okay, I was just notified that the recording is in progress. So thank you. Thank you for your patience as we are working through all of this in real time with the technical considerations of it all. And welcome to the fiscal year 2023 Women and Minorities in STEM Fields Grant Program webinar from the National Institute of Food and Agriculture and the United States Department of Agriculture. And we will go ahead and begin this, and the recording will be posted on the WAMS program page. I am Ray Alley. I serve as the national program leader for this year for the Women and Minorities in STEM Fields Grant Program, or WAMS. Ms. Dorcel Resto is also here, and she is the program specialist for this program. So Ms. Dorcel, did you want to say anything or?
Hello, everyone. My name is Dorcel Resto. I am the program specialist for WAMS. I'm happy to be here with you, supporting with the new RFA for 2023. And I am facing few struggles to set the interpreters. Well, I will working on this, but really, Ray, if you can continue, I will appreciate that.
Sure, no worries. Thank you kindly, Dorcel. Okay, the majority of information that is going to be presented over the next few minutes is taken directly from the WAMS request for applications, and it is available online at this hyperlink here. Applications are due by 5 p.m. Wednesday, April 19th, 2023, and submitted through grants.gov. The total funding available for this fiscal year for WAMS is approximately $1.8 million. The maximum funding per award is $200,000. The maximum number of applications per lead institution is 2, with one award provided possibly per institution, and the program code is WAMS. Okay. NIFA, or the National Institute of Food and Agriculture, is the lead federal agency that provides extramural funds for the food and agricultural sciences. The agency was restructured through the Food Conservation and Energy Act of 2008, and its mission is agricultural research, education, and extension. The vision of the agency is to catalyze transformative discoveries, education, and engagement to address agricultural challenges. NIFA programs cover many topics, as you can see here, from supporting projects involved in animal breeding and animal health and animal production, supporting projects to work in community vitality, family well-being, and youth, supporting projects to work with plants such as crop production and pest management, health, nutrition and obesity and wellness, as well as food science. So the agency supports projects that cover the broad ecosystem, if you will, of the food and agricultural sciences. NIFA administers about 25 education and capacity building programs with about $225 million in annual appropriations. The goals of these education and MSI grants can be rooted in three primary areas. That's workforce development, learning and engagement, and capacity building for eligible minority serving institutions, or MSIs, and non-land-grant colleges of agriculture. The next several slides will provide specific program guidance, again, garnered from the RFA for the Women and Minorities in STEM Fields Grant Program, or WAMS. The purpose of WAMS is to support projects that increase participation by women and underrepresented minorities from rural areas in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, or STEM. Another purpose is to support the development of a competent and qualified workforce in the food and agricultural sciences. Target participants for supported WAM projects are kindergarten through 12th grade plus 2 years of post-secondary schooling, okay? So K to 14 students, and that 13th and 14th is vocational technical institutions or community or junior colleges. Of note, 4-year undergraduate, graduate, and postdoctoral focused projects are not supported by WAMS. WAMS focuses upon three primary educational need areas. They are 1, student experiential learning, 2, student recruitment, and 3, curriculum design, materials development, and library resources. So examples of these educational need areas, for example, within student experiential learning, that includes hands-on learning projects inside or outside of the classroom, providing students with opportunities to solve complex problems. They may emphasize, but are not limited to, introducing and expanding student knowledge of technologies and other areas. The educational need area of student recruitment centers upon enhancing educational equity for underrepresented students and strengthening student recruitment and retention programs. The other educational need area of curriculum design and materials development focus upon increasing or updating the quality of academic programs at K to 14 institutions in the food and agricultural sciences. There is also the support the inclusion of traditional ecological knowledge objectives. WAMS for fiscal year 2023 focuses upon integrated projects. Those integrated projects involve education projects and outreach projects. So if we were to take a look at education or teaching projects, these are activities that provides formal classroom instruction and also involves other considerations such as faculty preparation. Extension or outreach projects are activities that deliver science-based knowledge and informal educational programs. So the integrated project focus within WAMS includes education and teaching, and extension and outreach. Of note, these components should be interdependent and necessary for the success of the project. The funding mechanism for WAMS is a standard grant with a total duration of 24 to 36 months or 2 to 3 years. Applicants may request up to $200,000 total, and applicants can execute the project without the requirement of sharing grant funds. Again, there is a limit of 2 applications per eligible institution, and no more than 1 award will be made per lead institution or applicant. Speaking of eligible applicants, they include those that are on this list on this slide. So colleges or universities, including junior colleges, other research institutions or organizations, federal agencies, national laboratories, and the others that are on this list. With respect to cost sharing or matching for supported WAMS awards, matching is only required if the project is commodity specific and not of national scope. With respect to budget requests for WAMS for fiscal year 2023, examples of allowed costs include and are not limited to participant stipends and travel, continuing education units, provider personnel salaries, software, and curricula. And you'll notice to the right on the slide what is not allowable, such as the renovation of facilities, the installation of fixed equipment, endowment funding, or promotional items. Now, the next few slides will provide guidance on how to apply for the WAMS program this year. As mentioned earlier, and this can't be overstated or understated enough, but the guidance is all provided within the associated program request for applications. Here is the link to the site. Proposals must be submitted via grants.gov, and again, they are due on April 19th of this year at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So with respect to the application itself, you'll find on this slide some of the information that is involved in the composition of an application to the WAMS program. They include the standard Form 424 research and related cover sheet, along with the project and performance site location. Also, within the application, there is the project summary of up to 250 words and the project narrative. The project narrative is limited to 10 single-space pages. Font size no less than 12-point font. And within the project narrative, the applicant speaks towards the long-term goals of the WAMS project, the objectives, the methods and evaluations of the activities, the project timetable, and expected outcomes. Other information involved within the application includes the senior key personnel profile, the data management plan, and the budget. Now, as mentioned earlier, a data management plan is required within WAMS. And given that the project type focused upon within WAMS for this year are integrated programs, again, within education, teaching, and extension and outreach, applicants are encouraged to review the NIFA's integrated programs application webpage. So to apply for a NIFA grant, you must confirm that the organization is registered with grants.gov in the system for award management. The application's instruction and submission information is provided in Part 4 of the Request for Applications, or the RFA. To be considered for funding, all required forms must be submitted as part of a complete application package. The application is submitted through grants.gov, and resources available with regards to the process is available in the NIFA resources web link provided. So to submit your application, again, it would be to reference the program page and this hyperlink, Proposals must be submitted via grants.gov. And again, the due date is Wednesday, April 19th, 2023 at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So documentation with regards to the application for WAMS is available through grants.gov and the grant opportunity funding package as per the illustrations provided on this page, as well as the link. Now, once a proposal is submitted, the next few slides provide some information to how those proposals are evaluated. The evaluation criteria is indicated within the request for applications, and within WAMS, there are the following evaluation criteria. The first being the potential for advancing the quality of education and the significance of the problem. And here, as per the RFA guidance, we look for the applicant to discuss items including long-term goals, the identification of the problem and the WAMS goals, potential for adoption, and advancing educational equity. Next is the proposed approach and cooperative linkage criteria, where the plan of operation or the quality of education and research, the evaluation and cooperation are assessed. Institutional capability and capacity building, where commitment to the project and institutional resources are considered. Key personnel, where the adequacy and qualifications of staff involved in the project are considered. And next is budget and cost effectiveness with respect to reasonableness and adequacy of the budget and adequacy of the time commitment are evaluated. Now, interspersed throughout all of these 5 evaluation criteria is the relevance of the project itself to NIFA and to the WAMS program goals. So how are proposals reviewed? Successful proposals or meritorious proposals excite the reviewers. Okay, and then exciting the reviewers is listed there twice with exclamation points. So that in itself is what we typically find with successful proposals, is that the reviewers of those proposals are excited about them. They are typically easy to read and they are understandable. Successful proposals typically have clear rationale and objectives that fit the program priorities as indicated within the RFA. The goals and the budgets are clear, and potential pitfalls are addressed, including shortcomings, potential shortcomings, and alternative plans. Less meritorious proposals or less competitive proposals that typically receive lower ratings, we find that the project itself is of little or no relevance to the NIFA mission and or the program priorities. With respect to grantsmanship, these proposals are typically poorly written. Their objectives or hypotheses may be unclear, or there may be spelling errors or typos within the application itself. Less meritorious proposals are typically not innovative, with little to no information gained, and they are not as exciting as other proposals. So with respect to the timeline for WAMS proposals, the RFA has been released and the due date is April 19th of this year. And typically, we look for about 3 to 5 months from the proposal due date, to the time where we actually make the proposal notifications to the applicants, okay, or the dispositions of the proposals before we make that known. So typically about 3 to 5 months from the proposal due date. Again, the RFA is available online and is the primary source for all information pertaining to WAMS. Okay, applications are due again by 5 p.m. on Wednesday, April 19th, 2023, and are to be submitted through grants.gov. The maximum funding per award is $200,000, with the maximum award per institution being 1, and the program code is WAMS. On this slide are additional resources available to applicants pertaining to NIFA. On the left, you can find out about NIFA webinars and events via these hyperlinks. In the middle, these are hyperlinks with respect to finding funding opportunities. And to the right are application resources. At this point, we also welcome potential peer reviewers to our different program panels and the proposals thereof. So peer reviewers are selected based on their expertise and credentials and NIFA panel needs. If you are interested in becoming a peer reviewer, please contact the program staff within the request for applications for the program that you are interested in serving on. And to volunteer, you can create a profile using the panelist recruitment link via our peer review system. And there's a snapshot of what that page looks like. Okay, so that's prs.nifa.usda.gov. On this slide is the non-discrimination statement for the USDA in accordance with federal civil rights law and USDA civil rights and regulations. The USDA does not, or the USDA, excuse me, its agencies and offices. I had to clear off some of my my Zoom pictures there. Offices and employees and institutions participating in or administering USDA programs are prohibited from discriminating based on race, color, national origin, religion, sex, gender identity, including gender expression, sexual orientation, disability, age, marital status, family parental status, income derived from a public assistance program, political beliefs, or reprisal or retaliation for prior civil rights activity in any program or activity conducted or funded by USDA. Remedies and complaint filing deadlines vary by program or incident. So persons with disabilities who require alternative means of communication for program information can contact the USDA through the Federal Relay Service or the USDA's Target Center, and that information is in the second bullet of this slide. Information within the third bullet pertains to filing a program discrimination complaint. And USDA is an equal opportunity provider, employer, and lender. Okay, so I believe now we'll provide a few minutes for question and answer section, and I will stop screen sharing here, but I cannot emphasize enough the importance of reading and consulting and immersing yourself within the RFA should you be interested in applying for this program, because that's where all the information is that supersedes any other information that may be in this presentation or with respect to the potential responses to the question and answer. It is the RFA that is the final summative document. If after reading the RFA, should you have any additional questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to Ms. Resto by the email on this slide or myself. Okay, thank you.